Hey, what's up, guys? There's another episode of PB&J. This is John, and I'm here with Jesse. Brian's still out of the country, so it's just me and Jesse holding it down today. We had a special guest host lined up, but he got busy running from the man, I think.
See what happens when you try to outsource to the Americans?
they just blow you off.
Yeah, exactly. Twice. We just decided to go ahead and go without him today. He was like, forget it.
Yeah, it's like, well, we'll just take care of it ourselves. But I mean, it kind of worked out. So Comic-Con's coming up in a couple weeks, and today and yesterday there just happened to be a bunch of news being dropped about what's going to be there and stuff. And we're getting pretty close to when the full schedule is going to come out. I think it's normally like 2 weeks before, so that's like another week and a half. They'll have the full schedule. So a lot of stuff's just dropping like crazy. So we're getting pretty excited. Got my badge on Saturday. Did you check with Eric, Jesse? Did you get your badge, or did he get his badge?
Oh yeah, we got the badge. I made sure.
So we got our badges, we got our rooms all ready to go. So we're just now it's just kind of just killing time and waiting.
If I could sleep in a coma until that day.
Oh, I know.
They just put a pamper on me and
yep. Just stick an IV in my arm, be like Rick Grimes in Walking Dead. Just leave me there.
Exactly.
I'll wake up the day before, get shower up and hit the gym, and then I'll be good. Get ready for con.
Shower. There's a bunch of nerds.
Yeah, see, but the thing is, you don't start off already without showering. You get there. Well, not us. Not us. We're good. We shower, but not everyone else though. They get there and then they just don't shower for 5 days, 6 days, 7 days, whatever.
That's because we know what we're doing.
Yeah.
That's why you guys be looking at those other videos that we have posted.
Yep.
So that you can shower. Have time to shower. Maybe that's what we need to do. A specific video just to give them enough time to shower.
Yeah. It's like, man, come on, guys. There's will. There's a will. There's a way, man. You can take care of it. I think there's a 24 around there. There's got to be a 24 around there. Yeah, there is, right? At the Horton, at the Grand Plaza. There's a gym.
Yeah, there is. Like you said, it's 24-hour fitness.
Yep, go get a shower real quick. Grab something to eat right there upstairs on the second floor of the food court.
You know what? If you really do a poor man's, just go to the crab shack area, just jump into the water, come back out. At least, put some soap on, put some deodorant on.
Yeah, just that little island right there, right? You can just walk off into the water. You can go about waist deep. It's fine.
No one's gonna care.
Nah.
As long as you don't care when you come back into line, we're not gonna care.
Yeah. just give us a heads up. Like, hey man, I'm gonna go jump and take a shower real quick. All right, that's fine. We'll hold your spot.
Just a warning for all those people that have never been in Comic-Con and the Hall H lines. You will go ahead and be yelled at if you cut.
Yeah.
This line is no joke. I mean, if they can stab you, if they can get close enough to stab you, they will shank you for cutting, and they will shame you and post you on Twitter.
On Twitter, man, yeah. The last 2 years, right? They got vicious the last 2 years.
I mean, they got vicious. I mean, hey, you think these are meek nerds? No. These are crazy. You mess with them, they're like mama bears.
Yeah, remember they implemented that rule, right? You could only save a spot in line for like 5 other people, so like 6 total, including you. Because like a year or two ago, people were having meetups online where they would kind of be like line friends, and someone would say, "Oh, I'll jump in this line at 4:00," and then a group of 20 people would all just jump in and join them and save a spot. So you get like all these big groups of people coming in, so the people behind them are getting pissed because they were in line for hours, and then here comes a group of 20 jumps right in front of them, so they had to implement a rule like right on the spot. Remember, it was like Thursday that was going down, and Friday they had that rule, 6 people and that's it, and it was all honor system. They were like, if you see more than 6 people, fucking tell us. And they do. They'll point you out quick.
These guys are not shy. They will count. It's like, I don't care if you're a midget, you count as a full body. Like, wait. I don't care if you guys are not cosplaying as the Game of Thrones people. You guys are too many. Get out.
Yeah, you got to break up the cast here.
Exactly.
And
the cool thing is, with our group, we meet the minimum. We go boom right there. It's like
yeah, we're all in line. We all get in line. Yeah, we all get in line at the same. Like if you get in line at the same time and there's 10 of you, that's fine. If all 10 you come up at one spot, but it's just if it's one person or 2 people and they hold the spot for like 8 or 10 people, that's when they get mad.
Yeah.
And they will attack you. I was there about 10 years ago when the dude in Hall H stabbed the other dude in the eye with a pencil because he stole his seat. Dude got up to go to the bathroom and he came back. Another dude was in his seat, and so they fought and he stabbed him in the eye with a pencil.
And this is before Hall H was worth it.
Yeah, this was a long time ago.
This is before Marvel and stuff.
Yeah, we were that year was like Superbad and Balls of Fury, I think, were the movies. Like seriously, it wasn't that great, and this dude got I don't know what happened to him. I don't know if he lost his eye or something, but they wheeled him by me on the gurney, and they had a big old gauze around his head and stuff. So he got jacked up.
Yeah, you think Comic-Con is safe, but no.
No, you see
that what, like 2012, 2013, where that chick got hit by a car, the Twilight chick.
Yeah. She got hit and she died. Like the next day, she was dead. She was I think she was crossing the street to get something to eat or something, but she was also like really drunk. So she just ran across the street without paying any attention. Boom, got hit. Killed her pretty much on the spot. And you see all those cosplayers with their weapons, dude. Those are real weapons.
Yeah, because if they're just cosplaying outside, they don't have to check in their weapons.
Nah. Even then, they're like, hey, what is that? And, oh, it's the Buster Sword from Final Fantasy. Oh, it's cool. They let you in.
Yeah, they're not as bad as LA Comic-Con or WonderCon, right? WonderCon got... Was it WonderCon when they started having you, if you had a weapon or something, you had to tie it, zip tie it or something?
Yeah, you got to zip tie it down. But no, not at Comic-Con. They don't do that.
They don't want to revoke.
Yeah. Yeah, they don't want to lose the cosplayer community.
I can't wait. And what you guys should all do is, if you do this yearly, you guys should have some kind of ritual. We have a ritual. We have a person on there. Shout out to Mary. She comes and brings us burritos when we're hungry in the line.
Yep.
So like we get there Tuesday, so we're lucky enough where we can get there Tuesday. We go to 24-hour routes, grab our groceries for the week, snacks, water. Definitely need water. Then chill out. Then on Wednesday, now that we don't have to worry about picking up badges or anything like that, we just head over to the expo, and then after we do a little bit of the preview night, then we go ahead and hit up a little restaurant and enjoy the last night of normalcy before shit hits the fan.
Yeah, seriously, dude. For Wednesday night, we recommend you go to bed early, go back to the room, just watch a movie. Don't go out and party. Like, get that last full night's worth of sleep, because that's it after that. If you're like us,
if you're gonna be hardcore going around doing all the activities, yeah, you need that rest, because starting Thursday, boom. You gotta. I mean, we do the Game of Thrones events, and there's huge lines. We're there for a few hours. Then, we hit up some of the other stuff outside before we go into the panels. And then once we do the panels, it's till late. And then we gotta camp out for Friday if there's something cool on Friday. Oh, and we got the MTV events.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, try to pace yourself, obviously, if you can. First year is gonna be a bitch.
Yeah.
A lot of learning curves, but. After that, I try to go with a group of friends. I mean, or maybe if you can join a meetup group, like you said. I have a meetup group that has some stuff to do with nerds, and I'm gonna hit them up and let them know I'm in the area, so they need help or something. Just help each other out.
Yeah, it's good if you can find some. If you've never been before, or if only gone, a couple of times, it's good to know people, veterans, I guess, that help you out big time. Kind of point you where to go, what's the best time to go. Stuff like that.
And sometimes don't be afraid of watching panels that you think you would not want to see. Because we've gone into... Okay, so sometimes when you want to see a good panel, you have to watch a panel before it. Sometimes you hit a dud, like, how to fix your cosplay costume and all that.
Man, remember that one? That was a rough one, dude. We were both sitting there struggling, man, trying to stay awake.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, if you're unfortunate enough to get one of those panels, use that time for downtime. Find a plug to charge your phone and just take a quick nap, because you have your people in that same room doing the same thing.
Yeah.
But you know what? Sometimes you're surprised. Like last year, 2 years ago, we were surprised at WonderCon where we got going into. We were going to watch Creature, and we had to go through. What was the name of it?
Rotten Tomatoes. Yeah. Is it fresh or not?
Yeah, and what's this? And then, dude, it was really fun. It was like one of the better panels that was there because it was very interactive. Tomatoes did a really good job with that panel. And so, I mean, and we've seen other panels where, you know, it's like, holy shit, we would have never seen this.
Yeah. Well, remember last year too. Last year we went to that one. It was the TV action heroes. Remember?
Oh,
yeah, and it had like you had Dominic Purcell from Prison Break. You had Sawyer from Lost. You had guy who played Shades on Luke Cage, and he was on Sons of Anarchy for a long time. And they were just
that's what he was there for, right? He was there
for Luke Cage. Yeah.
Luke Cage.
Yeah, so they have this panel where it's just like four or five guys, and the new Taken show, the guy who's playing the new Taken show. It was just them. They weren't promoting anything. They were just up there, and I think what really made it work was the moderator. I don't remember her name. She was really funny, and she was asking them funny questions, and they were giving funny answers right back, and the crowd was into it. Everyone was cracking up, and that was a pleasant surprise. We were cracking up that whole time, and ended up being, hey, and that was one that we really didn't. We're like, let's just sit through this one. I forgot we were waiting for. We were waiting for something. I forgot.
And honestly, I'm gonna be honest because John probably won't say it, but the reason we had bad vibes is because this same group does a women's panel, but most of the women's panel, the moderator sucks. Actually, sometimes there's not even a moderator. It's the actresses themselves, and the panel itself is boring. And then sometimes they get very political or very girly, and so those are the ones where it's like, oh, come on. Is it by E?
Yeah, it is by E.
Yeah,
E Network.
And so like I said, I guess it all depends on what the moderator like. We thought, okay, the guys' version is gonna be the same thing. It's gonna be boring, blah blah blah. But no, the guys' version was a little bit more upbeat. And I don't know if it had to do with maybe the select cast. Because there was one women's one which was actually funny and stuff, and was cool. But like the first one we ever saw was with Nikita. It had Michelle Rodriguez, and we thought, oh, okay, guys, I think some chicks from Game of Thrones. My God, it was the most boring.
Yeah, it was. And it was right in the middle. It was right in the middle of Hall H on Saturday, where everyone was super hyped from all the movie stuff, and then that panel came on.
Yeah, I mean, you're like, Nikita's gonna be on. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the moderator has a big part of it. I mean, that the moderator for that guys panel, she was freaking funny, man. Like, I don't know who she was. I gotta look her up because she was really funny.
Wait, was she that chick Gabriel something or?
No, I think she was just a producer or something. I don't think she was an actress or anything.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesse, you said you watched Westworld, right? Like the first couple episodes.
I caught up to the first 4.5. I kind of was trying to watch the 5th one or the 4.5. Yeah, basically, I finished the first 4 for sure. The 5th one I'm gonna have to rewatch just because I was trying to catch it that same night, and it just it was just too long.
Yeah, well.
But then I've been derailed because of you.
Yeah, I was gonna say you got to put the Breaking Bad down and finish up.
Yeah.
Finish up Westworld. They announced today that the panel is gonna be Saturday in Hall H.
Not only that, they're gonna have off-site stuff.
Yeah, I'm assuming it's like the Game of Thrones off-site, or it's like the big interactive one. That's what kind of sounds like.
So just to let you guys know, Comic-Con has an unofficial blog. It's sdccblog.com. sdccblog.com. And that's where we get some of the info. A lot of times, we get the insight on that. And they're talking about how Game of Thrones is going back to Omni, which has been going on for like 3 years, all right?
3-4 years, yeah.
Yeah. And Westworld is going to be at the same time, but I don't see where. I mean, they're just saying it's offline, but
yeah,
off-site.
Offsite.
But doesn't say where. So it's gonna kind of suck because if it's not close to each other, we're gonna have to stand like 2 huge lines that whole day.
Yeah. And the thing is with the fan experience is they cut the line off, so you're really it's one a day pretty much. So we get there. So on Thursday we normally do the Game of Thrones experience because the first thing, just get it out of the way. We get in line really early. I think last year I got in line like around 8:30, and that wasn't early enough. So I'm gonna get in line. Yeah, I'm gonna get in line earlier this year.
Because I came in after you because I was like, wait, you're gonna be there? no, you're not gonna get it until before 11, so I'm gonna get there. And I got there late, and still we started.
Yeah, we were still way around the building. We're on the other side. So I'm gonna get there even earlier this year. So I'm thinking we'll have to do that, Thursday, and then maybe Friday morning do the Westworld one. So you can't do both because what happens is after a certain amount of time they just cut the line off and they're done for the day.
Yeah, we can't do the Westworld one. It's at 1.
So maybe we'll do Westworld Thursday.
Maybe.
And then
that one is at 11 a.m. to 8:30.
Yeah.
So it looks like they're gonna have that one a little later. So yeah.
Yeah, but maybe do Westworld Thursday first thing, and then Friday early, we'll do the Game of Thrones. But we got to get there like early because I got in line. We got in line last year I did about 8:30, and we didn't get out of there till like 1:30 or 2. That's how long it took.
Yeah, and the reason these nights usually get big is because these are off-site events that you don't need a Comic-Con ticket for. So local people, local fans, get to experience, these events. So.
And it's a huge room. It's a giant room, and you just kind of walk in and you walk through in your own pace. Like no one really forces you out, and there's a bunch of stuff in there. There's like you can take pictures of the costumes and props, and then they'll take a picture of you. And they made I don't know if it was last year or the year before, they took a picture of you and turned you into a White Walker.
Yeah.
So you kind of hit up all these different things, and it takes a long time. So these lines get really long, and they take forever. It's not a steady flow. It's just people going in and out at their own pace. But it's really cool. It's worth the wait. There's always a ton of stuff. And then the first time we went, they had that VR. Remember? Where we got to climb up the.
The first year they had the tattoo too. Remember?
Yeah, and they had a tattoo line. I was thinking of doing it.
Yeah.
But then it ended up that they were backed up on the tattoos. So the whole thing was they had a little piece of paper. It was like a piece of paper, and it had all these tattoos that had to deal with Game of Thrones. They had like all the sigils and some other stuff. And if you got the tattoo, you can jump in front of the line, you and your group. The problem was that tattoos, you can't just bang out a tattoo in 15 minutes. I mean, you can. It's gonna look terrible. But the artists weren't doing that. They were making them look really, really cool, which meant that they were taking their time. So going in line to get the tattoo kind of defeated the purpose because you were still going to be in line for 8 or 9 hours or however long we were there. And I think by that point too, I think even the tattoo artists were kind of tapping out because they were so tired.
Yeah, and the bad thing too, like you said, you can only have the tattoos in specific places.
Yeah, I was trying to see if I can get one. I think on the inside of my arm, and they were like, no, it can only be on your shoulders or your outer arm, or on your wrist, or your ankle or something. And I was like, well, I don't have room. I'm kind of running out of room in my arms. Can I do the inside of my arm? And they're like, no. So I said, all right, forget it. But then it ended up it wasn't worth it anyway. But that VR was really cool. You got to put on VR. And that was like one of the first times I ever used VR. And you were in the wall in the north. And you got to go take a lift all the way up to the wall. And you walked up on top of the wall. And then you got shot with a flaming arrow and you fell off.
And the thing that I really liked about the VR part was not only the visual, but they were blowing a fan to you. So if you were in the snow in the VR environment and you actually felt cold, so you actually felt the environment. And when you were going up the lift, while visually you can see you going up it, somehow I don't know how they did it. I don't know if it was a sound effect or something. You felt like you were going up. So they did really good.
And I think they even shook the cage you were in. Even they even shook that a little bit, so it kind of rattled like if you were going up an elevator.
Yeah, one guy who he was very immersed into it. Like when he was going up, he was like scared, like he was afraid of heights.
Yeah, he was freaking out.
Yeah, and then when he reached the top, like he said, you were attacked by a dragon or something, right?
No, the flaming arrows came at you.
The flaming arrows came at you. This guy reacted like he was shot.
Yeah.
And this is before we were there, so we're like, oh shit, what is this gonna be? So it was pretty funny.
They officially announced today that that's gonna be back next year, but we already knew that's become kind of a staple at the Omnis. But they announced today. But what makes it cool this year is that this will be the first time Game of Thrones, the panel, which will be on Friday, it'll be the first time that they're gonna have a panel when the show is actually gonna be airing.
I was thinking about that, right? Because the first episode would have been starting the Sunday before, right?
Yeah. This year it is. Normally it comes on in April. Normally the show's over by the time Comic-Con comes around. And that's what kind of makes their panels not. Their panels are kind of boring because they have nothing to show, nothing to promote. They can't even talk about it. Like they can't talk about the upcoming season at all. So the panels for Game of Thrones, even though I'm a huge fan of the show, it kind of wasn't worth the wait. This year though, they might actually have footage and they might show upcoming stuff throughout the season to and really hype it up. Kind of like Walking Dead. Walking Dead does that, right? They have like clips from the show, behind the scenes stuff, and those is really cool. So this year's Game of Thrones panel. It's probably going to...
Like the production's already done for them because they come back usually right before on around Halloween time. So they're either halfway through the season or something.
Yeah, so I mean, we'll see what happens. We'll see if that does anything for the offsite. I don't really plan on going to the Game of Thrones panel since it's on Friday. And in order to get into Hall H, you have to give up your Thursday. And I already give up half our Friday to get into Saturday, so I don't really like doing that 2 days in a row. So
unless you're really good.
Yeah, it's just something great. So this year, it's on Fridays. It's always Game of Thrones, Walking Dead, and now Fear the Walking Dead in Hall H.
I think they're also aren't they doing Preacher?
Yeah, I'm doing Preacher.
Yeah, they're doing Preacher from 4 to 5 on Friday in Hall H.
The only panel that I missed that Jesse got to see was the Star Wars on Friday. That was pretty epic, right?
That was very, very, very cool. It was worth it. You guys were all, you're not gonna get in. You're not gonna get in.
Yeah, we all ditched you.
I was the only one in line. I mean, little friends, new friends. We were the believers because the thing is, they had said we're gonna go to a certain point and that's it. We're gonna cut you off because they do a wristband. And after that, then, if people don't come in for the wristband, then they let in and you go after. So when they stopped doing the wristbands for the Star Wars thing, because the Star Wars one was super packed, it was ridiculous. I mean, you heard them through walkie-talkies talking about fights.
Yeah.
The security guards were just like on ball for this. When they stopped giving them, we were like maybe 20, 30 people behind.
Yeah, I remember.
And we had been winning all night. This was like maybe almost 2, 3 o'clock in the morning at this point, and we're disappointed because usually when they give out badges for Hall H, they're done by like 12:30, maybe 1.
Yeah.
And then us as a group leave 1 or 2 people there. They'll camp out. The rest of us will come back to the room, and then we'll rotate in the morning. But this one was just like we were there until like 2:30 in the morning. When they finally gave out the last badges, and it was like, okay, we're done, and everyone in the group was like, nope, we're done.
Yeah, I think I went and got something to eat, and I was like, I went back to the room. So screw this.
Yeah, and I went back too. I went back too, but I was like, no, I'm gonna come back.
Yeah.
I had the girls that were sitting next to us like, hey, you guys want food? So I went and bought the food so they can hold my place.
Yeah, that's right.
Anyway. But I mean, they totally appreciated it. I mean, you do that, when you go to Comic-Con, you create new friends, you do shipping time. And I went back, did the whole camping out by myself. And yeah, I even text you guys in the morning. It looks like we're gonna get in. Blah blah blah. No, everyone's
I was like, nah, screw that, man. I'm gonna go see something else. And I did. I saw a ton of stuff that day. And what made it worse was that the Star Wars panel was at the end of the day, Friday. Yeah. So you had to sit in the Hall H all day, and then the panel was at like 5.
And the other reason why I wanted to see the Fear of the Walking Dead because it was going to be the first season.
The first one, yeah.
And it kind of sucked because they had nothing. You don't know who the character was. There's no character development. And
they can't really talk too much about it, right? They're like, oh yeah, it's cool.
Yeah. I mean, they can't really describe their character because no one knows who that character is, and if they do, we're like, who?
Yeah.
Wait, you're not Mexican, you're Salvadorian. I mean, it was an interesting panel, but it would suck for the characters. I mean, the actors are there when they came to Q&A and all that. But yeah, I mean, it was a really good day, and what really sucked was we all bailed on Kevin Smith.
Yeah.
and that was another reason why I was gonna go there because there's Walking Dead because I love Walking Dead, Fear Walking Dead, see the new show, Star Wars of course, and then see Kevin Smith out there, and the guys were maybe thinking, okay, maybe we'll go to Kevin Smith because everybody knew it was gonna get empty after Star Wars. Well, fucking Abrams decides to give the whole fucking pre-concert, and in the moment, I have to say I went with the lemmings, and we all left. When you're caught up, like I am on the phone calling John, dude. We're getting a free concert.
No. What it sounded like when I answered the phone was, what, Jesse? What'd you say? Tell Jesse, calm down.
And I believe you. Whatever was going to my head, I probably went my mouth was going.
I was like, Jesse, slow down. I can't understand a word you're saying. And then you're like, J.J. Abrams, he gave everyone lightsabers. It is a concert across the street. We're all going. And I was like, oh, fuck. Shit, should have went.
Like a special pass, a Star Wars
yeah.
pass for it.
Oh, man. But the good thing was that we were lining up to get in line for the Hall H for Saturday, and where we were by the park by Joe's Craft Shack, the concert was right next to us. So we got to actually watch the whole concert, and they had that fireworks show after. And that fireworks show was crazy.
And I went with them. When I figured out when I realized, let me step out of it.
Yeah.
I'm like, where you guys at? Oh, you guys are at the Crab Shack. Oh, well, shit. Well, let me go see you guys before I go to the concert. And then when I got there, it was like, I'll be able to hear the concert from here.
Yeah, it was right. It was right there. It was right next to us. We could hear the whole thing. You can see the orchestra playing and everything.
Yeah,
of course it's not the same as being there. I mean, we weren't in there, which is it's a different story. But we had to get in line though for Saturday.
Yeah.
So it sucked. We didn't get to go in the concert, but we could see it, and it was pretty sweet.
Yeah, and I mean, it was, the only difference was we would have been able to see the cast.
Yeah.
And I already saw them in the panel anyway, so I was like, I can hear from here. But I mean, come on, see Harrison Ford come to a con. I think you said that this is he never goes to cons, right?
He did in 2011. He went to promote Cowboys and Aliens.
Oh, that's right, you did say that.
Yeah. That was pre Jesse. That was before you were going.
Yeah.
And that was actually one of the loudest. That was one of the times that Hall H got super loud. Was for Harrison Ford. One of the biggest pops.
Oh, trust me, when he showed up on stage, it was loud. They weren't even finished announcing his name when it was loud. And I think, was he the last one? Yeah, because I think it was Mark Hamill first. Then what's her name? I can't think of her name right now. Fisher.
Yeah, Carrie Fisher.
She came in, and then Harrison Ford, and it was loud. It was loud for that whole.
Yeah.
I mean, you got the OGs showing up.
Yeah, that was cool.
Nobody cares about new people. I mean, I think R2 would have gotten more love than the new people.
Yeah. Just bring out they even have the actors, bring the robot out.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I don't know if they're doing any Star Wars this year at Comic-Con. From what I'm seeing, I don't think so. D23 D23 is the week before, and I have a feeling they're going to show all the Star Wars stuff there.
I was thinking about that too. I was like,
yeah, by now they would have had something because the way they have the panels lined up on Saturday, Marvel always closes the day out at about 5:36, and that's it. That's the end of the day for the panels, and then after that's Kevin Smith. So the only other day will be Friday night, but it looks like Preacher's got that spot now. So unless they sneak it in there, but I have a feeling it's just going to be at D23.
Yeah, because I mean, really, Disney or Star Wars, they don't really have a panel. I mean, they did it that year, so obviously it's been a long time.
Yeah, that was for Force Awakens, so that was the first one, first new one.
They didn't even do anything for World War.
No.
Yeah, that was at D23. So if anything, I mean, we'll get the same people. We'll get Warner Brothers maybe in the morning, but like Lionsgate after that, and then who else do we usually get? I mean, obviously Marvel at the end.
Yeah, I think Universal's coming back this year.
What are they showing?
Man. Jurassic World. The new Jurassic World. Jurassic World 2.
You mean, that's right, Jurassic World.
Jurassic World, yeah.
Yeah.
I think they're coming back for that. They kind of took they took a few years off. They haven't been there in a while. And normally Fox will be there, but I don't think they have anything. If they don't have anything X-Men or Wolverine and stuff, they don't normally show up. And I don't think they'll have enough for Deadpool 2 or the new X-Men movies, because I think Deadpool 2 just started filming.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, and then the new X-Men movie, I don't think has started yet, so I don't think they'll have enough footage, so that they might skip this year again. They were one of the studios that were bringing every movie they had, and if the movie was bad, the fans would just rip them up and let them know it was bad, and so they were getting bad press right from the get-go. So they decided to stop doing that, and now they only show up if they have X-Men.
Yeah, I'm taking a look here, and it looks like Warner Brothers TV is gonna have a massive amount of shows for the blog. 22 shows. And I know some of these, and other ones, I'm like, what is this? Krypton? Black Lightning?
Yeah.
And I kind of started reading a little bit of Krypton, and I'll make the same comment I made to you offline before we did the show. Nobody cares about Krypton. When I say Krypton, what's that? They're like, oh, it's like Gotham. Okay, Gotham, you have characters that you understand. Gordon. Bullock. You can go on it. And even when it first came out, I was like, really, how are they gonna do it? Because you don't have Batman. How are you gonna have a Batman show without Batman? But they did a good job, and I still watch it. But
yeah, me too.
Krypton,
I mean, yeah. I mean, Krypton, like in the comics, Superman, you hear about Krypton, right? That's the planet he came from, and you saw a little bit in Man of Steel, which is actually pretty cool. But yeah, it's not like Gotham City, where Gotham City is like a character, unto itself.
Exactly. I mean, obviously, Gotham City is like the hellhole and the production of evil. Krypton got destroyed.
Yeah, Krypton blew up.
It's like it's Superman's grandfather. It's not even dad. It's grandfather. So it's like, what? Somebody this makes me.
Yeah, what bums me out is how Warner Brothers. Remember the first 2 years. Remember at the end of Hall H on Saturday, they had that giant panel and they had all their shows. That like the.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Flash and Arrow and Gotham. That first year, they actually showed the pilot of Flash and Gotham. We got to see those. Yeah. And it was kind of cool. It was like a cool way to end Saturday night in Hall H, right? Hall H, we were in there all day for the movies. And we saw all the...
Let me stop really quick. Because of that, I want to bring up a very thank you for San Diego Comic-Con for buying new chairs. Because when we stayed that Saturday all day, our asses were hurting.
Yeah.
Everybody was moving in their seats to adjust because we were there all fucking day.
Yeah.
And those chairs suck. But now, if the rumors are true, or the confirmation of the we're gonna have new air conditioning as well as new chairs.
Yeah. Yeah. And these new ones from the pictures I saw actually have cushions on them.
Yeah. And so we start rubbing them off.
Yeah, and at least it'll be the first year, right? And they'll still have cushion this year.
Yeah.
Those other chairs, I don't think they changed them out. They look like the same chairs for 10 years.
Exactly. For all the other events throughout the year.
Yeah. But yeah. Yeah, no, yeah, I mean, we were there all day. We were there from like 11, I think, the first panel, and then all the way down to like 7 or 8. And then after that was... WB came in with all their show. There's a huge panel. It was like 2 hours, 3 hours long, and Arrow, what's his name, Stephen Amell was the moderator, and they went through all their shows and all the Warner Brothers shows, and they did it 2 years in a row, and it was really cool. And we were in there late. We didn't get out of there till like 10:30, but they changed it up. So we're starting last year, all the Warner Brothers shows were in Barroom 20 throughout the whole day on Saturday, and it's like we can't go because we're in Hall H Saturday, so. That kind of sucks. But at the same time, they moved Kevin Smith back to Saturday night. And so we watch the Hall H stuff and then we watch him. And if you guys have a chance, if you guys go to Comic-Con, you have a chance to go check out Kevin Smith's panel at the end of Saturday. One, it's at the end of the day and you can walk right in. The room doesn't fill up. It gets about halfway, which is still a lot of people. But you can walk right in and it's just him talking shit for 2 or 3 hours. and it's super funny.
His obligatory, like, oh, this is what we're doing at the studios, but then he gets to a story. And then that's it.
Yeah, and then that's it. And it's just him talking, and it's so funny. It's like you're watching a comedian up there, a comedy show. And then they have Q&A, and you can ask him anything you want. You can ask him, and someone will ask him a question, and it'll take him about 45 minutes to answer it. But it's great. It's like he just goes into these stories, and it's super funny. And he just rambles, and he doesn't really care. And since it's the last one, that he doesn't really care about time. So last year he went like an hour over. Remember?
Yeah, and that's the reason why he was late to the show.
Yeah, and then he had a podcast to film after, and then someone ran up on stage, and they were like, "Dude," and he was like, "Oh shit, I have a podcast to go to," and he had to run off. But it was like an extra hour of him just being, super funny. So if you have a chance, if you're there and you don't get into Hall H during the day, go. You can still get in there at night for his panel. Whenever his panel is it's normally like 6:37, and you can walk right in and get a pretty good seat, and it's just funny. It's just 2-3 hours of just a comedian up there.
And don't let the ushers bully you. Go ahead and take pictures of everything.
Yeah, he's
story or?
Yeah, go for it.
All right, so this is 3 years ago. 4 years.
3 or 4 years ago, yeah.
Yeah, and so again, with Kevin Smith, the cool thing is you get to move up. You might be sitting in the back. All of a sudden, you're in the first.
Yeah, you're right section. Up front.
You get to, and so that's what we did. We moved up. We kind of got a really good seat, and he was promoting something. And a big no-no in Hall H is you can't record anything, like movie preview. You can do any presentations or when they're being asked questions, but anything to do with like a trailer or any film stuff. They straight out tell you don't take a picture because it's supposed to be exclusive just for us, and then they don't want you sharing it on YouTube. Well, Kevin Smith doesn't care. When he was promoting Tusk, he's like, dude, everybody go ahead and film the screens and post this on YouTube. He's a big promoter. He believes in social media, and so he doesn't care. You can promote anything that you want on his panel. He's that type of guy. So I don't know. I was taking pictures of something that he was talking about.
Yeah, I don't remember what. I'm not sure what it was yet.
And I don't even think it was like a preview or anything. I think it was more of like some thing that they were selling, or maybe a comics or something. I can't remember. But the usher comes by and tells me, "Please put your camera down." I looked at her and I'm like, "No," and just kept on trying to take the picture. And then she tried to grab my phone camera from me. I was like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah.
Put that down. I was like, "Do you know whose panel this is? This is Kevin Smith. I'm not putting the picture down. You're not." And I almost got kicked out.
I was like, I don't know this guy. I think I scooted down a couple seats.
Yeah. And one thing you'll also remember about your friends at Comic-Con is if they're threatening to kick you out of Hall H, you no longer have friends.
You have no friends. You were there by yourself all day.
Yeah, there's a story with Brian where Brian just basically left me, and then he was like, he regretted it because I still got inside that panel, but he would have left like, "Oh, we're not together," because he thought that he wouldn't have been able to get in if he said that we were together. So, yeah, screw you, Brian. I hope you get diarrhea from this. Just a shout out to him because we noticed that he just jumped on Skype, so he must be working early in Japan right now.
No, he's in Romania.
Oh, he's Romania. Oh, that's right. That's right. He was gonna be Transylvania. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know what they eat there, but I hope he gets diarrhea from whatever.
You're ditching you at the Hulk Hogan panel.
That's what it was, right?
Yeah.
It was WWE. Hulk Hogan was gonna be
there. Yeah.
You rode in there. You were like telling us, "No, there's seats. When we get to the top of the line, the lady says, "Oh, we only have one more seat. Are you guys together?" And Brian's like, "No."
You walked right in.
And he walked in. And then somebody else came up. One of the others said, "Oh, no, we have like blah 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 seats."
Didn't they close the door right in front of you too?
Yeah. I was like, he didn't even like look exactly. It's like, it was like, I mean, if it was animated, you would have seen like his ghost, like his,
Yeah, the puff of smoke.
Yeah, you're like, what just happened? Like abandonment issues all of a sudden.
Oh man, should we tell the David story?
I was gonna mention it when we talked about the Flash. We mentioned the Flash stuff, but I'm like, what about if he actually starts listening to us?
No.
But I know you're also thinking about the other one. Where,
Yeah.
Oh, we're over here. We're over here.
Yeah.
You say it.
All right, so we had a former coworker.
It had nothing to do with me. It was this fault. This was fault.
Yeah, we had a former coworker who was trying to meet up with us on Thursday. He told us he wasn't gonna get there till Saturday. He shows up on Thursday. He's like, "Hey, where you guys at?" And we were at the Game of Thrones. We were at the Game of Thrones offsite, and we were almost in. Remember, we were right at the corner, and we're like, "Oh, this fool's gonna come in. He's gonna try to jump the line." And we're like, we can't do that because everyone's gonna get pissed and they get mad at us. So I was like, all right, man, well, we gotta tell him something. And he's like, where you guys at? And we told him we were at the restaurant about 2 blocks away. Oh, we're at the Rock and Lobster and we're chilling. We're having something to eat. Oh, okay, I'll meet you guys there.
You better come. There's a bunch of hot chicks on me.
Yeah, and we're like, yeah. And then the girl next to us, remember, she's like, that's messed up. And we're like, you don't understand. It's fine. And he texts us, hey, I'm at the restaurant. Where you guys at? And we're like, oh, we're in the back. And then he texts us again, hey, I'm in the back. Where you guys at? And we're like, oh, we left. And then we're like, we saw some hot chicks. We're following them back. And he's like, oh, I see them. And remember he said he sees a chick. And we're like, what? We just made them up. We just made those chicks. And then he says like, oh, well, I'm hungry. I'm gonna go get something to eat. And then we went into the exhibition or the offsite. We go through that, and then we purposely went into the convention center because he didn't have his badge yet, and we knew that he couldn't get in. So then he texts us later, and he's like, "Hey, where you guys at?" We're like, "Oh, we're in the convention center." And he's like, "Oh, I can't meet you guys." And we're like, "Oh, too bad."
We'll catch up with you later.
Yeah.
And the thing that really sucks though is he went to go eat at the spaghetti factory.
Yeah.
I remember that. And on his way out, he fell and tripped. His elbow or something.
His knee.
So
he busted his knee up.
That's what it was, his knee. And I kind of felt responsible because it's like, shit. I mean,
and then we did see him on Saturday. Remember in the Hall H, and he had that big knee brace.
Yeah, and this is the like he somehow saw us. We were like in the middle of Hall H, and he was all the way in the back.
Yeah, I don't know how he saw us.
Like, I went to the bathroom, and he went up and found you. I was walking back. I'm like, I saw him. Like, oh shit, I'm gonna hide. And I was like, wait, he's at my seat. And so he caught us, and then so he was there, and then he was chatting with us.
Yeah, we were like, oh, seats are around us are all. Oh man, they're all taken.
They're all taken. And actually, there had been like 1 or 2 empty seats.
Yeah, we like put our bags on it. I think it's pretty messed up.
Went to the bathroom. So. That was like 2 years ago. But then there was that one where we were talking about the whole WB one. We had told him at the end that we were gonna have dinner. Like, oh, after this last one. And we skipped the last one.
Yeah, we dodged out.
We're sorry, David.
All our former coworkers who listen to this, they know who we're talking about.
Yes, they would have done the same or worse. So you have to take David in moderation and Comic-Con is not moderation. This is our time.
Yeah. It's a happy place, man. So yeah, it looks like there's a bunch of cool stuff they got coming already. I mean, there's always a ton of cool stuff at Comic-Con, and we'll find out more over the next couple of weeks before we go. Is there anything else that got announced today or yesterday that you saw that you want to check out?
There's one thing. I mean, I'm a Batman and definitely a Harley Quinn fan. They're setting a world premiere for the Batman and Harley Quinn movie. Only thing is, it's Friday, Ballroom 20. guess I'm gonna have to watch it on my phone again, like last year.
Yeah.
Last
Yeah.
year, they had the release of Clean Joke, and a few of our group went to go see it and stood in line for hours. That was Eric and Matthew for the air. And I told him, "What are you guys doing inside in line? We can watch it here." I got to the contact. And what are you talking about? And lo and behold, in high definition on Cody, we could go ahead and watch what they were watching.
I used to go to those panels before we had to stay in line for Hall H that long, and they would have, let's say the panel started at like, I don't know, let's just say 5, and they would play the movie, and then at the end of the panel they would have the cast and crew up there, and then they would replay the movie. So what I would do is I would walk in there right when the movie ended, and I would walk right in, so I still see the panel with all the cast and crew, and then they show the movie, and I watch the movie. Yeah, and so I wouldn't have to stand in line for hours. I would walk right in. That was back in the day, though. That back then you can get in line for Hall H at like midnight or 1 a.m. and get in. But then once they brought in the wristband system, that jacked everything up. Now you can't do that. You have to get in super early. So that's what sucks about those Friday premieres. Is I used to love going to them. They would every year. It was like a yearly tradition, right? WB would show their new animated movie. So I watched like Batman Year One, Under the Red Hood. I think Dark Knight Returns Part 1. I got to watch all those while I was there, and other movies too that they used to have on Friday nights. It was pretty cool. And then after that, after all that was done, then I'd go get in line for Hall H. Now I can't do that, so now I get, like I wanted to go see Killing Joke last year, but if I did, I would sacrifice Saturday, and I can't do that. So Saturday night, late afternoon, evening is dedicated just to camping out. Speaking of which,
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I was just saying I have to go get a new lawn chair because I broke mine last year. Remember when I sat on the rocks? My chair broke and I fell down.
Yeah, I need to get one too. I was looking at Amazon for one too. No, and I think what they should do, considering that, they should bring them maybe into Wednesday. It's preview night, so I don't know if I mean, I don't know. I think Wednesday or maybe Saturday night, but then you get a little overlap because of the parties.
Yeah, exactly.
Saturday are a lot of the cool parties that we don't go to, like on the boats.
Yeah, that's where all the celebrities and that's where they all go. So they can't be there Saturday night. So Friday is kind of the day because Thursday's too early, right? There's not enough people. Same thing with Wednesday, it's just too early. So Friday's like that sweet spot. There's a lot of people are there. The cast and crew can be there. They can show their movie with a lot of big audience and stuff, and then Saturday they can go party.
Yeah, at least Kevin Conroy would be Batman.
Yeah, that's cool. He's Batman in this one.
Yeah, if you look at the artwork, it looks like it's like the animated series.
Yeah. I think they got the original Harley Quinn voice too.
Yeah, Melissa Rock.
Yeah, from 20 years ago. Oh, that's a panel that I saw that I'm hoping is not on Saturday, is the Batman, the 25th anniversary panel for the animated series.
Oh, this girl's hot. I would love Harley Quinn, but I don't know this is the voice.
No wonder, right? No wonder. Jesse has a borderline unhealthy obsession with Harley Quinn.
Yes. A future partner's wife, whatever. You gotta dress up in one form or another like Harley Quinn. I don't care if you're redhead, brunette, if you look like a crossover between Poison Ivy and Harley Quinn, I don't care. But you gotta do it. If your voice sounds even better.
Gross.
No. It's normal. Half our listeners. I agree with you right now.
Wait,
I'm supposed to be 4'11". That'd be weird. I'm like 6'1". But like one of my customers today told me, I love those spinners.
The fidget spinners, right?
Sergio asked me what that was.
What's that?
Remember when Sergio asked me what that was?
Oh yeah. I think I just left. I was like, I'm out of here.
I think you didn't know either. The good days at work.
I think that's it for tonight. We'll wrap it up. We can talk about Comic-Con all day.
Yeah.
some more stories. We'll do another podcast once we get closer to the convention. When the full.
Hey, we should do a podcast at convention one of those days.
We can try. That's gonna be kind of hard, but we do stand in line a lot.
There we go. We're right here in line. Shut up! You're messing up my podcast.
We'll do another one soon, probably right before con, and the whole schedule will be out by then, and we can really get into it and tell some more stories. But for today, I think that's it. Just me and Jesse holding it down, waiting on Brian, and hopefully next time our special guest host will be free and he can actually jump on.
What is this special person's name?
I don't know if I'm allowed to say. Actually, I have to check with him first.
I thought you were able to release his pseudonym.
No, actually, I don't know. I'm about to check.
Do we have to sign a non-disclosure agreement?
I already did. You didn't send it to you?
Oh, he might have to deliver it because he probably doesn't want the post office to see it. And I wouldn't receive it from him. Anything from him, I'd be like, I don't know. This might be evidence in a ongoing investigation.
All right, guys. Well, that's it for me. I'm out of here. We'll see you guys next time. So later.
You guys have a good night.